Hello, everybody. Welcome to Frontline Football. As you may notice, my arm is in an ace bandage. I have done this to show how the NFL is after week one, because for some reason, this season was set on Madden injuries to 100. So, I just want to welcome everybody to Frontline Football. Ask today, how are you guys doing? Because the NFL's not doing well. So, let's get right into the news. Oh, yeah, if you're wondering who broke my arm, yeah, this guy did it. Oh,
All right, so we're gonna get right into stories. Starting with the Josh, did you just hit your camera?
I elbowed my I hit my elbow on my laptop trying to do
Toro's
that
mad
sketch.
about the Ravens prediction.
Whew,
Okay,
how that
so
hurt.
so our first one is all the Niners injuries. This includes Richard Sherman, Nick Bosa, Raheem Mostert, George Kittle, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Deed Ford. Um, there has been 7 ACL tears in the league right now, and that happened all this week. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the Niners? Jack?
Oh my god. I didn't know a team could just die. By the way, do not let the Jets losing to the Niners deceive you. The Jets have this thing called being the Jets, where they can lose to the Niners backups and get blown out by them. But I'm going to save the rest of that for predictions. But this is really, really, really bad because the rest of your division is 2-0. The Cardinals look like they're the next best thing. They're letting Russell Wilson cook his crazy concoctions in Seattle. And the Rams look like they've returned to a somewhat semi-playoff form. This is bad news for the Niners, and they just better hope that they get some people back. They got to make sure they get past the Giants, who aren't known for being very good. But their Giants also have another injury, so they'll probably pull that one off. But another video saved for predictions. But the Giants, then they have a little bit of a relaxing schedule, but the issue is no divisional games played except for the Cardinals one, and they lost that one. So, yeah, there's nothing the Niners can do about this. They need to save themselves. What do you think, Josh?
Well, I think one, the football gods are mad at me because they made me slam my elbow onto my own laptop. But back to the point of the 49ers. The 49ers, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Yeah, you guys are not winning anything. Hey, maybe you'll win the Tank Bowl this year, and then maybe who knows? You may get Trevor Lawrence. So that might be a plus if you get terrific Trevor Lawrence. So I mean, maybe you could go for that. Zach, do you have any thoughts on this?
That seems like an actual really good idea for the Niners right now because Garoppolo, he's a good system quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is like a generational talent that you don't see often. He won he almost had a winning streak if he didn't get beat by Joe Burrow in the Natty. That's impressive for a guy. So I think if they get Trevor Lawrence, they're going to be even worse of a team to face because I know they were already hard with Garoppolo. What are they going to be with Trevor Lawrence if they get him? So yeah, but noticing the injuries, I don't think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to be last. Thank God my team is not last this year. Yeah, because 3 injuries on the defense, which two big stars, and then Deed Ford, which he still is a big star. But Nick Bosa literally did everything for that defense for the D line. Richard Sherman has been a stud veteran for so long, and Deed Ford is just Deed Ford. He's not as good as Nick Bosa. Then looking at the offense, you just lost your quarterback, you lost your tight end, and you lost your running back. So you basically have no pieces. I mean, Kittle's coming back on week 4, but who's throwing to him? All right. So, any closing thoughts?
I have one.
All right.
Gabbert will be throwing to him. Is he still on the 49ers?
I
I don't
think
think he is.
so. Jack was playing Gabbert, the quarterback.
This week, it will be the legendary Nick Mullins throwing to those receivers. Truly
Yay!
an elite talent at quarterback.
Ooh, he's on the MVP ballot when he retires. All right. So the next story, if anybody doesn't have any closing thoughts. All right, I'm
Sorry,
gonna.
49ers fans.
Okay,
Sorry that your team
So,
stinks. Maybe
Josh,
go with
be
Philadelphia.
quiet for a second. The
No.
closing thoughts have ended.
Okay, I just gotta say one more thing. Hey, 49ers fans, get cozy with the Philadelphia Eagles fans. You guys are in the same boat. So have
All
fun.
right, Josh, you're gonna get a lot of hate after this. Okay, so now we are on the Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey because they're both really good running backs. So we put them into a section. They are both out for. I think Saquon's out for the whole year, and Christian McCaffrey, I don't remember. So take it away, Jack.
I think CMC's injury was for about a month, maybe.
4 to 6 weeks
But
is what.
this is called the my running back was my entire team plan, so now my entire team is screwed plan, being run by the true New York Giants and Carolina Panthers, because now it's gonna be the Panthers. They're still rebuilding. They have a rookie head coach. They're probably trying to get a franchise QB unless they really think Teddy Bridgewater will win a Super Bowl. You never know. But they're 0-2. They're in trouble. CMC ran the offense pretty much. But the good news is they have some wide receivers to fall back on, like Robbie Anderson, 200-yard games in a row, impressive. DJ Moore, he was a pretty solid receiver last year. Curtis Samuel was good. But their defense isn't good, so I don't see them going anywhere. But, the New York Giants. They weren't doing anything with Saquon while he was healthy. He couldn't get anything going in the Steelers game, and he was pretty meh for the time he played at the Bears. But the Giants are kind of dead in the water here. They have Sterling Shepard, Golden Tate, and Evan Ingram. Those aren't some over-the-top weapons for Danny Dimes. They had signed Devontae Freeman, which is Devontae Freeman. I don't know how good he is. There's a reason he's been sitting in free agency through the first weeks of the NFL. And their defense is meh. So don't expect much from either of those teams now that they're pretty much their number one player on both sides of the ball is gone. What do you think, Josh?
I think that they were not going to do well even coming into the season. Now that they've lost their star running backs, they're just dead in the water. I mean, hey, maybe you should tank for Trevor if you're Carolina, and if you're New York, maybe tank for a good player that could maybe help your team because your running backs aren't going to be doing anything. Danny Dimes, if he's good, he's still going to need another year of progression. And Teddy Bridgewater is not winning you anything. PJ Walker, he may win you a couple games, but he did well for the Roughnecks. Now, I'm not saying that the Roughnecks were a bad team because most of their players got signed to the NFL, but it is not the same competition as the NFL. So I feel like they're going to finish last in their division and probably get a high draft pick this year.
I think the same. I think that they have to work on their O-line because Saquon is a glass cannon. He is very good, but he can get stopped, and when he gets stopped, he usually gets injured. So I think working on that O-line would help a bunch. So tanking a little would help so they can get a higher draft pick so they can choose maybe like a good left tackle or some good guard position or anything that would help their O-line. I don't think that they should tank for Trevor because they just got Danny Dimes. And they just drafted him, I think, last year, 2 years. I think last year. Yeah, he was drafted in the Kyler Murray draft. Yeah, so I think that they're going to go for O-lineman. So, yeah, any closing. And then CMC, that's a big loss because that's their whole offense. Also, any fantasy people, yeah, you guys just lost really good running backs. Good job. So, any closing thoughts?
I think we're good.
All right. So, finally, the Broncos, all their injuries. Oh my gosh, they had a lot too. All right, so they have Drew Lock, Cortland Sutton, sorry about that, Von Miller, and AJ Bouye. Not as much as the Niners, but still a lot. Let's take it over to Josh.
This isn't good. This is bad. You already lost Von Miller. Now you lost your quarterback. Not going to say his name because then I get demonetized by YouTube. So we're just going to call him Drew Lock. And you lost Cortland Sutton, one of Drew Lock's wide receivers. And now, freaking number 9, I don't even know his name, quarterback number 9, is going to be starting for you guys. So that's not good. That's not good at all. The only bright spot on your team is Philip Lindsay and Melvin Ingram. And you better pray to God that they don't get injured because your team is not going to be doing anything for the next couple weeks. Jack, your thoughts?
Yeah, the Broncos, they look hot. Awfulness and suffering as of right now. There's not a lot of hope. I also saw Philip Lindsay went down in practice, I think. So you have Melvin, not Ingram, Gordon. That's the guy I'm looking for. Melvin Gordon, Jerry Jeudy needs to step up. Noah Fant on a breakout year. So you have a couple receivers, but I don't know who your quarterback is. I think it was like, I don't even know, Jeff Driscoll maybe? It was some guy that has no business starting in an NFL game, though. So don't expect much until your guys are back. Bradley Chubb, he's going to continue to rehab. He's healthy. He just needs to get back in his group, so hopefully he'll be healthier. Hopefully Boye and Lindsey will also come back. And you guys just need to hope that Locke is back, because without a QB, and not to mention your division, the Raiders just went into New Orleans. They opened their stadium and they beat the Saints, which is a pretty good team. The Chargers fought hard against Mahomes with Herbert, so they could be on the up. And, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs are hungry for another Super Bowl. So another situation where you guys are dealing with some tough competition, just like the NFC West, and you don't want to get down a couple wins behind them, or else you may not be able to catch back up. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I think they're gonna be last if this injury bug keeps going, because they were like looking like a wild card team, like they're gonna sneak in, but now it looks like they're gonna be last in their division because you lose your best wide receiver, then you lose your quarterback, then you lose your defensive player, then you lose, I think. Who was it? Their quarterback, maybe? I don't know.
Drew Lock.
Their quarterback. Yeah, Drew Lock, and then you also lose AJ Boye, which is the guy you literally got from the Jags, who is really good. So this is really bad for them. And if you're saying that Philip Lindsay's injured, well, bye season, because you're not reviving this season if this is happening. So. Also, the division's really tough because the Chargers, they almost beat the Chiefs. Chiefs fans won't admit it, but they almost did. I'll save that for predictions. Raiders won against the Saints, which that was impressive. And also, who's the other team? Chargers I already mentioned. Chiefs I already mentioned. Yeah. And Chiefs are hungry like your mom going to the supermarket. All right, so that's all for our show this week. Sorry about the mom joke, but any closing thoughts, guys?
Follow us on the Instagram at FrontlineFB, the Twitter FrontlineFB. Devastating week for the NFL. We literally had nothing in the news today except injuries after injuries after injuries. Do you guys have anything you guys want to say before we go off the air?
Don't forget to punch that like button and hit that notification bell because we are posting a lot. I don't know if you know this, but YouTube, they have videos and we post them a lot, like a lot. So if you turn on the notification bell, you'll be notified whenever we post a video. So, why don't you hit it? Don't you like being with us?
Also, thank you for 1,000 watch minutes, right, Josh?
Yes.
Thank you for that. This makes us really happy. Now, can you just subscribe and oh shoot, that's filled. Push the like button. So that's it.
And we're on our road to 50 subscribers. We're 3 away from it. So.
All right.
We'll
that's
talk
it, guys.
to you guys next time for another episode. Next time we'll be predictions. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.